What's up, Mid Value, man? How you doing? Yeah, I'm just waiting on people to show up before I really begin and go through, what my experience was in Indonesia. So I just got back from there on the 10th. What's the day? Today is the 12th. Yeah, so I got back from Indonesia on the 12th. And yeah, like I just wanted to do a live stream to tell you guys how that went and what's going on, based. I haven't said anything based yet. Hold your horses here, pal. But yeah. So, I'm one of those black pill creators who, it's been real big on the whole G-Maxing thing and leaving and going overseas. And specifically, I have my own philosophy. Like, I don't consider myself black pilled. I have my own philosophy called the gold pill. And I consider myself a monastic. And anybody who follows my philosophy is what I would deem a monastic. And what I'm largely doing very soon here is I'm going to be transitioning into what I call a monastic lifestyle. Which basically means, like, no more working jobs unless it's of my benefit. So I'm going to be quitting trucking because trucking is one of those things where it's like, I don't have to do this anymore. I don't really have to do this anymore. And it's not supportive of what I'm trying to do in life, which is go overseas. So, how you going to go overseas if you're in a truck all fucking day? But, yeah, there's that. And also, let's just get right into this. So, I went on this trip to Indonesia, like, started September 1st. I boarded the plane September 1st. Didn't get there until about the 3rd because that's a long ass fucking flight. It took 12 hours to get from Atlanta all the way to South Korea. And, like I got there and right the fuck away, even before I got there, like when I was in South Korea for a little bit, I could tell that, this part of the world is different from what I'm used to in America. The way people tend to act, the way their mannerisms are, even just the way they, it's already different right there in this part of the world. Because one thing in particular that I don't like about America is that when you're out in public, people just look at you, they'll just stare at you, they'll give you this mean fucking look, especially women. And they'll talk about you behind your back, they'll try to poke with you and shit. That's a common thing in America. I mean, for the most part, most people leave you alone, but you can sense what people are thinking, or at least I can. When I was in Korea, waiting in the airport, I didn't really get that feeling necessarily. Even if they were actually doing it or not, I didn't get that feeling that people were judging you all harshly, just as a bystander. So that, right off the bat, made the atmosphere a lot more pleasant to just deal with, in that part of the world. So, I got to Indonesia on the 3rd. We're very late on the 3rd. And because of, the travel restrictions and all these new rules that they've implemented, they're still going big on COVID. You got to get vaccinated to go to a lot of these places. And I ended up having to fucking take the jab. I said I wasn't going to take the jab. I had to bite the bullet on that because when it really comes down to it, if these shots are going to kill you, I'd rather just take it than, just stay here and be scared of that shit. I'd rather die in a foreign country than to stay here in America. It's what it came down to. So I ended up taking the jab. Okay? So I took the jab. I went over there. I got there really late at night. Because I got there late and because I didn't know, due to the requirements, whether or not I was going to be in quarantine, I told my girlfriend, basically, look, I don't know if I'm going to be in quarantine or not when I get here, so basically, don't meet me at the airport. I'll get settled. I'll go through all this shit myself. I'll get settled in, and then I'll tell you what's going on. So I did all that. I got there. When I got to the airport, literally, you have to download this app to even, they tell you to download this app. But when I got there, I never actually got asked whether or not I had it downloaded by anybody. Nobody seemed to give a fuck, as far as I could tell. Even when it came to being vaccinated, nobody asked to see my vaccination card. Nobody asked to see that app they told me to download. Nobody asked for anything other than, okay, do you have $35 to pay for a visa? Yes, I do. Okay, $135. They write you out your little visa. They stamp it in your passport. They sent me right the fuck on. even the little customs thing, like I just went right the hell on through that. I said I didn't know how to do that. They were like, don't worry about it, just go on. So I got through the airport really fucking easy. I don't know if it's gonna be that way the next time I go, but definitely it was easy getting through the airport once I got to Indonesia. It was what's the name of that place? Jakarta Airport. I got through there. As soon as I got through the last little checkpoint, there's a bunch of fucking taxi drivers waiting out there. They can tell, foreigners, like when they see a foreigner, they jump right the fuck on that. And like I didn't have to pay for a taxi ride to my hotel because the hotel had a free shuttle service, but the thing is that your cell phone doesn't work in a foreign country. So I didn't know like how exactly I was going to contact the hotel to get the free shuttle ride. So I'm like, okay, fuck it. I'll pay these taxi drivers to get me to the fucking hotel. So I wound up doing that. I got to the hotel. I got checked in, all that shit. And then I uploaded my first video to you guys around about, you guys remember I uploaded around that time. And I told you what's going on for there. So if you watch that video, fast forward past there to the next day. Okay, next day, I'm up in the morning. I text my girlfriend, hey, everything's good. I'm not in quarantine. Come right on over. So she's like, wow, cool. So she gets ready. She starts coming over. It takes her a while to get there because, traffic in Indonesia is kind of bad. Like, trust me, I took a video of what traffic is like over there. I might upload that for you guys to see, but it took her a while to get there. She got there like about an hour and a half later after I texted her. She shows up. She's right outside the hotel. I go out there to meet her. As soon as we meet and we see each other for the first time, this is like a long distance relationship finally coming together. So we meet each other right outside the hotel. She sees me, I see her. We both smile ear to ear, like shit. Like we smile. She smiles especially, like really hard. She runs up to me. She hugs me. And that right there lets me know, okay, this wasn't no dang on, like she's genuinely happy to see me, which is something I've never gotten over here. I've never got that from a woman over here. A woman that's genuinely interested in seeing me. I'm gonna ignore your ass, by the way. Any hole is a goal of mole. I'm gonna ignore your ass. How tall am I? I've said how tall I am many times already. Fucking look at my content. Anyways. So we meet up, we hug, and then she right away puts her arm around me and like we walk into the hotel and we're holding hands the whole time. Oh my god, fucking Spurks are already showing up. Dude, she's not Vietnamese, by the way. She's not Vietnamese. Pay the fuck attention to the story. Anyway, so she has her arm around me. We walk into the hotel. We get checked in with her and all that. We go to my room, and then immediately she gets herself in my arms. We're laying in bed. She gets in my arms. She goes to sleep because she's tired. It took her a while to get there. And, I'm kind of tired too. So we lay down. We take a little bit of a nap, and she's in my arms. I got a picture of that, by the way. I took a picture of her like that. She's so fucking cute. But anyways. So, like, I wake up, not even like an hour later, I wake up and I'm real dang on horny. So I start touching on her. I start grabbing on her and like rubbing her titties and stuff. And, I think she's kind of pretending to be asleep because like I could tell like at some point she woke up after I started doing that, after I started groping on her. I'm just rubbing and feeling her titties, and then finally I started reaching my hand up under her bra, and then I start feeling on that, and then right away she starts moving, and then she wakes up, and then she's like, babe, just take my bra off. So I slip her bra off, and then we start kissing and stuff, and then she takes her panties off. Bro, she was soaking wet. She was soaking wet right away. Like so much to the point where like you can see like the little stuff coming off her panties as soon as she took it off. And we went to town. We went to town right there. And it was great. It was fucking awesome. And we had sex like that day. We had sex the next day. We had sex nearly every day I was there. You know, we got to know each other kind of well. We took showers together. We watched TV. We played video games. We watched movies. We went out. Specifically when we went out too, we went out walking so I could get a feel for, you know, what the place is like. And yeah, it's definitely a third world country over there. Like, you know, the way people drive, you gotta watch out because they will hit you if you ain't careful walking alongside of the road. There's people on motorcycles riding everywhere. There's a lot of that going on. Very, very crowded. Extremely crowded. The people there gave me a lot of looks, a lot of attention. Like, and I don't know if that was good or bad attention, because, like, you know, they just look at me. They wouldn't say anything. I'm pretty sure if I was a white guy, they would have probably gave me a lot more friendly glances, but, you know, that's something else kind of expecting. I don't mind that. I'm there for the girl, and I'm there to potentially build a life with her. And, like, basically my experience over there, you know, was pleasant for the most part. I would say for the most part. There's a few things, like, for instance, the way people would look at me in public. You know, I don't consider it that much of a negative or a deal breaker in any way, but that was a factor. And especially for this finny viddy Vissy dude who just want to come on here and talk about, oh, BBC. Dude, they gave me the type of looks to where I don't think I was quite that welcome, but at the same time, I don't think, okay, if I was like a contributing member of the society and I was living over there and I could speak their language at least a little bit, you know, I know how to roll over there. I don't think it was so much so to where I would have. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I feel like living over there would be more pleasant than living in America. You know, if I'm a white guy, it'd be even more so. But since I'm a black guy, it's only marginally so. So that's what that is. You know, basically my experience was pleasant enough to where, okay, as soon as I got back, the only thing I could think about doing was figuring out how the hell can I get a permanent residence over in Indonesia? And how can I get married to this girl? Because I like her a lot. She's a very stable, you know, pleasant woman to deal with. And, you know, that's just how that's going to roll. So what I'm doing now is that I'm definitely going to quit the trucking job. You know, I don't like the way they've been treating me the whole time I've been working here. And they don't really pay me enough. And it's expensive to live on a road too, by the way. And yeah, like, I'm not going to be able to go overseas on a regular basis if I'm still working this job too. So right now, while I'm here, I'm going to be taking this last load to their terminal over in Salt Lake City. I'm going to drop the truck off and I'm going to quit. And I'm going to get right the fuck back home. And I'm just going to be chilling in my room. I'm going to be taking online courses, you know, get my skill set up in some areas that I need to. Get my skill set up while I'm waiting to go back over there. Already got a plane ticket prepaid to go back. So I'm going to be going back in November. I'm going to be spending 2 to 3 weeks there this time, you know, rather than the 1 week I spent this time. And yeah, I'm gonna be working on building what I call a monastic lifestyle, because I've got my passive income already. It's not much, but it's something. It's a lot more than what you motherfuckers are probably making, you know, doing nothing. So I've got that already set up. It's feasible for me to stay at home, get my skill set up, take online courses, and just focus on going over to Indonesia, getting married to her, setting up a permanent residence if I can, and getting a house over there, and getting married to her. That's what I'm going to be focusing on going forward. Because my experience was good enough to where it's like, okay, yeah, I definitely want to live here. I don't want to live in America, definitely. I'd rather live there with her. So that's basically how this is all shaked out. Everything has been very positive for me lately, as of this year. I know I used to be, well, I still basically am an incel, but I've done enough to where, okay, I can have a real chance of never considering myself an incel again. And for the most part, things have been lining up positively to allow that. And that's only been because of the work I've done, the work I put in, and the plans that I've made. This is why I harp on the gold pill so much. Anyways, let me read the comments here. Let me read the comments. Okay, starting from the top. Take a chill pill, take a chill pill. What do you mean? I'm fucking chill. I'm fucking chill, bro. Happy for you, man. Yeah. Hello, she didn't want... What do you mean she didn't want me? What do you mean she didn't want me, bro? Because she was soaking wet when I took her panties off. She was soaking wet. I couldn't keep her off of me, dude. Like, she was holding my hand everywhere we went in public. Every fucking where. She doesn't particularly care about coming to America either, so for those of you saying, oh, she just wants a green card, bro, no, she doesn't. She doesn't even want to leave Indonesia. She literally just wants me over there with her. That's all it is. She wants a man, and I happen to be a good candidate for that. She didn't want you to touch her. Yes, she did, bro. Yes, she did. When I started feeling on her, she didn't resist me at all. She didn't resist. She liked that. And I started rubbing on her pussy. She was getting really wet. You know, all it took was for me to start doing that, and then, you know, she pulled her panties off, right off, and start fucking. So what are you talking about? He went to town after he paid $5, and I didn't pay any fucking money to her at all. I didn't give her any money whatsoever. You're coping, bro. You're coping. His internet girlfriend. See, look at you guys. Look at you guys. This is why I don't like being in this community, guys. This is why I don't like being in this community. It's a bunch of negativity. It's a bunch of fucking people who want to see me down bad like you are. But I'm here to let you know, I'm not. I'm not. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. I'm not down bad. I didn't pay for sex. She definitely wanted me touching her. She held my hand everywhere in public, everywhere we went. She doesn't want to come to America. I met her with her, so she's not an online girlfriend. Some flying around the world for a prostitute. No, she was not a prostitute either. She was not a prostitute. As a matter of fact, prostitutes are kind of rare in that country. You can earn $1 a day over there, bro. Dude, if I literally got a bunch of fucking trolls in my comment section today, where's all my fans at? Where's all the people who are supportive? LOL, he's been with her for 1 day and wants to marry. No, we've been talking for over 2 months, and then we spent like over a week together. So fuck off. Meat maxing. No, I am not meat maxing. I've got passive income, bro. Unlike you. Oh boy, he's needing again. No, I'm getting my skills set up. I'm going to be taking online courses. I'm going to have extra stuff to put on my resume. No, I'm not needing. Then will you go to your Shangri-La? What? What even is that? I've heard this story before. I don't know what you're talking about. She's going to be so pissed knowing that you don't want her to move back. No, actually, we've already established the fact that she's not going to be coming over here. We're not going to be living in America. We already established that fact very well. And she doesn't care about leaving Indonesia anyway. So, I mean, dude, life is good over in countries like that. That's the vibe that I got. Life is actually good. People are actually happy in countries like that, despite not making a lot of money. The only problem that they really got is that, yeah, sure, they don't make a whole lot of money. That's a problem, but everything else, they got it, bro. Their life is happy. They got everything else other than the money. They don't have really much stress as like us Americans have, for definitely sure. You know, a job over here in America will work you to your bone, generally. You know, you can't even really have a family here. It's not feasible for the most part. He really does want to marry her. Yes, well, I've said this enough times on my channel, uploading videos, is that my long-term goal is to get married. I don't want to be living this degenerate life, oh, getting prostitutes, fucking bitches, having queens and shit. That's not me, bro. That's not me. That was never me, and I don't want to be that. I couldn't be that even if even if I tried. What happened to the gold pill society? Nothing happened to it, bro. It's still here. My friends are still in contact with me. We still got our little secret society going. As a matter of fact, they want to follow me to Indonesia now. A couple of them want to come with me to Indonesia now. So, I mean, like, if they want to make moves on that, I'll definitely arrange that for them. But the gold pill society thing is still here. It's just my little select group of friends that I deal with. It's all it is. And we're going to be making business and making money together. Does she wants a green card mean not all women want to come to America? Exactly, dude. Exactly. Like I said, life is good in countries like this. The only thing they got to worry about is the money. A lot of them don't make a lot of money. That's the only thing they got to worry about. But other than that, life is good. More people are aware that America's shitty than not. And that's literally what it is. Think about it. Okay, if money's the only issue in a country like that, then literally all a woman has to do over there is get a Western guy to come over there and marry them. And okay, the money is taken care of now. Life is good. So why the fuck would they want to come over here? Especially when their family is over there and these coaches are very family oriented. They wouldn't want to leave their family like that. What, thinking of that green card? No, you fucking dumbass. Holding hand, marriage material. No, that's not all it is. You don't know this girl, you fucker. So, I mean, until you've experienced what I've done, until you've put in the work that I have, and until you set yourself up in a similar way and seen the things that I've seen, and that's even assuming you've got the same mentality about the world as I do. Because I do believe that your mentality leads you to a certain path in life. So you probably can get to the same level that I'm at and still not get the same results. That's just how that often can shake out. He really is going to marry the first girl he has had sex with. No. Fucking retard. Because I've had sex before with girls and, like I didn't jump to any conclusions about that. This girl definitely hits different out of all the girls I've dealt with. And you don't know her. You don't know her. Yeah, Ice Cactus, they're all hating on here real hard. This is why I hate this community. Because it's like any sort of good news you have in your life, they right the fucking way want to jump on that and attack you and tear you down and bring you back down to their level. Guys, you need to change the black pill community because this shit ain't working. Okay, you got somebody who genuinely wants to help you, aka me. Because I don't know if you noticed, but the majority of black pill creators, they don't upload content to help you necessarily. They upload content to keep you in a rut. To keep you like, a great example of this, I think, is Incel TV. I know, I love his content. He makes very good content. I think he gets the real truth of the matter out there really well. But what he also does is he doesn't offer you any tangible solutions or any hope or any, any path forward. I try to give you a path forward with a gold pill. That's for the most part what I've been doing. But this community has to fucking change. Passive income, yeah, he's a trucker. Bro, you're a fucking retard. I don't even see the point of responding to you. I've got passive income, but that doesn't mean that I don't still work a job to get extra income. I'm trying to, because the whole point of this phase of my life is to make as much money as I can. So if I can get it both ways, passive income and trucking, then I'll get it both ways. It's all about stockpiling as much money as I can, because why not have more money? I'm not locked into needing a job. This is what you don't understand. I'm not locked into needing this job. I'm doing it just because it's why not? It's one of those scenarios. Rice Cell Ice Cactus is so salty. I haven't seen him being salty. I haven't seen Ice Cactus being salty at all. He's been one of my staunch supporters, actually. The what community? Yinso community. It's a place where people come to cope, and people come to keep other people in a similar position, in the same, stuck place in life. And that needs to change. That needs to change. Bro, you can only be mental, so you over 6 foot and normie like. Well, there's some things here that affect me though. Like for instance, when I was growing up, I was very, very bullied. I was very, very ignored. People didn't teach me how to groove myself and how to keep up my hygiene too. My parents really neglected me in many of those aspects. My cousins, I didn't get to hang around them enough to really learn things. So I'm behind socially. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm very behind socially when it comes to a lot of areas. And, that's a very big disadvantage. And these are things that I still struggle with. Basic things that I was supposed to learn as a younger guy are things that I'm learning now. And I'm behind on many of these things. So, you can't just make assumptions like that just looking at somebody until you know their life down to a T. Ice Cactus says, see how when you gain success in this community, no one congratulates you or wishes you luck. They just want you to feel like crabs in a bucket. Yeah, man, like, shit. That's the toxic side of this community, This is why I find myself having to distance myself from the community. This is why I upload less. This is why I don't make explicitly black pill content anymore. This is why I don't watch too many content creators anymore too. Insult TV uploaded a video today. I haven't watched it, and I don't think I am gonna go watch it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. But I distance myself from this community because it's sad. Like, I don't want to be like this. I'm not selling out. I don't want to be like this, but because of the way you guys try to pull people down, it makes it where even if I want to stay around and continue interacting with you, I kind of can't do that simply because of how you guys try to bring me down continually. I had 4, 5, 6 motherfuckers right here in this comment section, like 90% of my viewers, commenting negative shit, and maybe 1 or 2 people trying to be positive and give me like some sort of constructive, talk. That's what this community does. It pushes people away. It pushes the good ones away, and it keeps the neat maxing bums in. And I've got a theory, and I've heard somebody say this before, that the majority of this community is comprised of neat maxers and people who just don't want to do anything and they live on government assistance or something. I don't live on any type of government assistance. I've seen people who live like that. They generally tend to be people who don't make it in life, and they're comfortable with that. That ain't me, bro, and that'll never be me. You're not gonna get me living off of government assistance. You're not gonna get me, sitting here doing the same shit over and over again. Rejected Rebel says, I'm happy you ascended. I'm thinking about C-maxing myself. Could you please tell me what site you met your girlfriend on? I'm gonna drop how I met her in the future, but not now. Not now. Because I still need to utilize this myself, and I don't want to open the floodgates to potentially saturating a niche that I found. So, I've said this before, once I get settled in to the lifestyle that I want, once I get settled in with her and all that shit, and I got a kid out of her and all this, I'll tell you guys everything, down to a detail. But I will say, I did use a dating site. I didn't use Tinder. I didn't use Bumble. I didn't use any of the mainstream ones. You gotta get out there and find these niche dating sites and apps. The things that people maybe not necessarily heard of. You gotta get into those sites. I will say that. And that's kind of what I did. So yeah. Yeah, and I don't consider myself, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, is what it is. I don't want to say I ascended quite yet. I'm very, very close, but I don't consider myself ascended quite yet. Because I think true ascension is, okay, you get people to treat you different, and you start getting results. I haven't accomplished that. I don't get results. You know, all I did was I've changed the setting in which I'm operating in. That's all I did. And I found a girl who was down with me like that, in that different setting. That's all I've done. So I don't consider that ascension necessarily. Now, I will consider it ascension when I have locked her down, when I've married her, when I've gotten a kid out of her, and when I've integrated myself fully enough into that country. I consider myself ascended at that point. But right now, I don't consider myself to have ascended per se. Ice Cactus says, we need to start only acknowledging successful people here financially and actually trying. Not these people who would have been losers even without the black belt. Oh yeah, definitely agree. I think there's a certain subset of people in this community who, even without the black belt and even without their failures with women, still would have been objectively losers. I think that's a large subsection of this community. Now I can't say exactly how big that subset is, but I think it's substantial, and it's a subset that cannot be ignored. Because one thing that, you know, a guy who studied incels in depth pointed out was that a disproportionate amount of the incel community is financially lacking, meaning that they don't have high education, they don't have good employment or any employment, and they tend to be living with their parents or some sort of deal long after they were supposed to, you know, into their late 20s and early 30s. And that's effectively my situation too. I'm not going to lie, but at the same time, you can't quite call me a loser because I've set myself up in ways to where it's like, okay, I'm not a loser. You know, I'm able to make things happen, essentially, if I want to. I'm able to do that. But a guy who studied incels in depth did point out that a disproportionate amount of the community are what we would consider to be bum-ass niggas, for lack of a better word. Bum-ass niggas. Large subsection. You know, a guy who did his college dissertation on it pointed that out. So, that is true. Large subsection of this community are guys who likely would have been losers even without their failures with women. Mid-value man says it's a crafts in the bucket mentality. Yeah. Elusive African says, "Aye, my boy. Hey, what's up?" Yeah, I was considering going to Africa, but I've kind of called that off. I don't think Africa is going to be right for me long term. I think Africa could work long term for me, but I think Indonesia or Asia in general will be better. I think Asia's got more potential, you know, even from a GDP economic standpoint. I don't think Indonesia in particular is going to always be poor. I think Indonesia might be one of those countries that in the future could become a relatively prosperous nation. You know? The fundamentals are there. Maybe they happen beyond my lifetime, but okay, my kids will be there. And my grandkids will be there. And then they'll be able to reap the benefits of my decision to, you know, having moved and rooted my life there. That's how I'm thinking about things. Unlike many of you guys in this community, I'm thinking on terms of how can I set my descendants up in a place that's going to be beneficial to their well-being long term, well into the future. I don't see that prospect so much with Africa, but I definitely see it with Asia. That's how I'm thinking. And that's how I encourage the members of my society to think too. You know, again, they're going to be following in behind me, probably to Indonesia or probably to some country in Asia. But we continually network with each other and we continually stay in contact. And I like that. That's the sort of deal I like to see. And that is what the rest of the Black Pill community needs to be doing. You know, That is what the rest of this community needs to be doing. You guys saw I made a society. I networked with people who are like me, people who I trusted. I made a secret society. This is something that you guys need to do. This is the point I've tried to drive home, most particularly with my channel. You guys need to find those Black Pill brothers of yours who kind of get it more or less the same way I do or the same way you do. And you guys need to network. You need to come together. You need to meet up in person. You need to make an LOC together. And you need to commit yourselves into a brotherhood, secret society type of deal. Okay? This is what you guys need to do. Those of you who would not be losers otherwise, this is what you guys can do. This is a solution. You know, this is what I've done. This is going to be my support network going forward. You know, because it's definitely possible that my passive income may not be enough. But okay, I've got a support network of gentlemen, like-minded gentlemen who can help me out. And can put me on to, okay, you can do this, this, and that. No, don't underestimate a support network, because I've said it before that, you know, people who are successful in life, this is the difference between being successful in life and failing at life. It's a support network. People make it in life through their support networks, through their friends, through their family, through people they know, through acquaintances. This is how you make it in life. Even First will tell you this from Insomatics. You know, he was big on harping on that. This is something that, like, the Black Pill community creates this opportunity to find people capable of, you know, you doing that type of deal with. So, this is a big part of the Gold Pill. It's making that support network, orienting yourself in a way to where you can live the monastic lifestyle. So what is the monastic lifestyle? The monastic lifestyle, largely speaking, straight Omega Pill. No, she's not here, and she's not gonna be here. Anyways, yeah, so the monastic lifestyle, I'm gonna go through this before I end the stream. The monastic lifestyle, largely speaking, is you being able to live in such a way to where you're not beholden to an employer, you're not beholden to the rules and laws of society as much as the average person would be. To live in a way where you can pivot and move and be able to, you know. Hey, hold on, guys. I gotta answer the phone call. Hello? Couldn't make it to the pickup. Well, I don't even know what the location is, first of all, because, like, I asked y'all, like, where exactly is this place located, and I got no response, so, like, I'm kind of just, if I knew exactly where I was, I could have pushed it there, but, I mean, I was also tired this morning, so I pulled over to take a nap, and, like, when I woke up, I couldn't, my time was up to be able to get there on time. Yeah. I don't know exactly why. I asked y'all where exactly is this place located, and y'all didn't really give me a response on that. Yeah, I looked. Yeah, but I looked that address up though. You don't think I looked that up? I looked that address up, and it doesn't pull up anything. It takes me to some place in North Carolina. And it's Shoreline Logistics. Like, I've been there before. Like, is it the same place I've been to before? Like, that's what I'm asking. So I'm not taking that load anymore. right. Yeah. Yeah. I told you, no, I told you I don't know exactly where it was even located at because the GPS wasn't even pulling up the place. And I was trying to ask, like, is it, because I don't want to go down there and end up, oh, this is the wrong place, or like, and then I'm down there looking like a jackass, and I'm sick of that shit. I ain't about to do that. That's not an excuse. This happened so many times, and I'm not about to put up with that shit. Well, hey, man, like I tell you what, like, honestly, like, I had a good time on my break and all that. It's made me kind of reflect a bit and think about, hey, look, this company is not really like y'all. The way y'all treat me and all that shit. Like, I'm not putting up with that shit anymore. Like, complain about the mouse. Like, I drive it. I drive what you give me. As a matter of fact, yes, because I've been with several trucking companies before, and like they don't conduct themselves the way y'all do. So what I'm gonna do is y'all get me a load going back to Salt Lake City. I'll deliver it. I'll bring the truck back, and I'll leave the truck there and I'll quit. I'll get out of there. All right. All right. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. You guys heard that shit, Jeff. Like I basically told him I'm done with this fucking. I'm done with this fucking company, man. Like they can kiss my ass. What do you think gonna treat me and shit? They don't pay me enough for this shit, and it's expensive to be out on the road anyways. And I need to quit this job anyways, because I'm getting ready to dang on take a new direction and all that. I'm getting ready to gear myself towards the monastic lifestyle. And so like I said, the first thing is not being beholden to an employer. And you saw the way I talked to him. Not being beholden to an employer, that like they rely a lot on the fact that you need the money a lot of times. So they'll just treat you any kind of fucking way. You know? And the way they treat me at this company, they treat like a fucking slave, and then they got the nerve to say, oh, you're not doing enough. Man, fuck off. I've been with several trucking companies already. I do the same thing with this company that I've done with all the other companies I've been with, and oh, that's not enough for you guys? Well, no. Actually, you guys are just on some bullshit. So, you're not going to treat me like the way you treat me. You're not going to squeeze blood out of a turnip, and I'm not going to let you just push me and push me and push me because, oh, I ain't got no other choice. No, motherfucker, I got choices. I got options. You're not going to treat me like this. So I'm going to take your truck back to your terminal. I'm going to quit. I'm going to go right the fuck back home, and I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to live the monastic lifestyle because I don't need you that bad. I've got money coming in regardless. Okay? That is what the monastic lifestyle looks like in action. It's you having the ability to tell your employer, look, actually, this ain't working out, partner. This is not profitable for me. You're not holding up to my standards to you as an employer. So I'm leaving. Having the ability to do that. Because if you haven't noticed, a lot of people can't do what I just did. A lot of people would be like, sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir. Oh, my God. I'm so sorry. Like, I'll do better. Oh, please don't fire me. Oh, yeah. Like, man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. That's how most people would have responded. Yes, sir. No, sir. Oh, right away, sir. Fuck all that. No, son, like, you got standards for me. as your employee, well, I got standards for you too, motherfucker, because I don't need you as much as you, fuck all that. I don't need them. I'll get mine regardless. So, that's definitely what the monastic lifestyle looks like in action. But another part of the monastic lifestyle too is having strong morals, having a strong character. This is why I don't want to offend you guys. This is why I don't want to offend this channel. This is why I want to help you personally get to where I am. I want to uplift you morally and spiritually. And I feel like too many, people in this community, not only do they have bad situations such as inceldom affecting them, but also let that turn them into a less moral person. And I don't think you should necessarily do that. I do think that you should stand up to people who treat you bad and, so don't put up with bullshit from people. And also be willing to drop the hammer on people who fuck with you in a certain way too. But in general, you need to be moral. You need to have strong principles. So another part of the monastic lifestyle is having strong principles. And, Straight up Mega Pill says when you there for their money, they call you greedy. Ice Cactus says, talk to your boss like he's another employee. Ice Cactus says, I don't talk to my guys like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, whose boss is he really? He's my boss? Man. No. Trucking companies especially, like, they rely on the driver to be their bread and butter. They don't exist without motherfuckers like me out here slogging away day after day. So for them to get over on me and say, oh, you don't do enough and this and that, oh no, son, hold on here. I'm the boss right here. I'm the person that puts the money on y'all fucking table. Okay, without me, y'all don't fucking exist. So, like, y'all better dial that shit back or I'm leaving. Yeah, but anyway, so the ability to be flexible and to be, a boss in your own right and to hold your employer to the same standards that they try to hold you to. That's one. More uprightness is two. But also self-improvement, I'd also throw that in there, constantly learning, constantly gaining new knowledge, constantly updating yourself and educating yourself, which is what I'm going to be focusing on when I get, home from this job. And also, what else? I mean, I've got a whole playlist going through, like, all the aspects of the gold pill. Basically, I think the framework that I've made with the gold pill is more than enough to where even if you start at rock bottom, you can build yourself up to a position that you didn't think you could. All it takes is consistency and discipline to do something over a long period of time. I've done what I've done now for the past 6 years. I'm not going to let some motherfucker tell me that what I'm doing isn't good enough either. Because, like, I've seen the results of the way I live for myself. So, I mean, I haven't been wrong yet. And if I ever do turn out to be wrong, well, I'll update my beliefs accordingly. It's how that works. But yeah, on my channel, I preach the monastic lifestyle. You can go through my playlist and check that out. I do encourage that, highly recommend it. I highly recommend that you ascend past the black pill. Because I've said this numerous times that the black pill, I believe, for many of you, is a necessary step. But not a step you should stay in. The black pill is meant for you to consume it, to digest it, and then to use that information to evolve and to move past it to something better. And for me, that better is the gold pill. Ice Cactus says, do you keep a low cost of living? Do you have a house or a roommate? I stay with my mom. Ice Cactus. And my mom doesn't charge me rent. She doesn't charge me rent. I just basically, she cooks for me and all that too. And, that's just the way, the unique way that I've been blessed is to have a mom that is supportive and to, allow me to live there like I do. And I won't be living, off of her dying for too much longer. I'm trying to set myself up so where I'm going to be living overseas, and, not really being a burden to her in that way. I don't think she minds me living there as I do. I don't think she minds much. She just wants me to be making progress in my life, which is what I do. So, and she knows that. So I am blessed in that way. Yes, straight Omega Pill, your mom charges you $500 of rent. And see, if my mom were to do something like that, I'd still be able to do that. I'd still be able to feasibly do that too. It wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the fact that she doesn't do that just makes it even more so, that's a unique situation that I have in my own life that you may not have. I will admit that. That's an advantage that I have. Okay? That's one way in which I've been blessed. Everybody's got some sort of way they've been blessed. And that's just the way that I'm blessed in. So, I will admit that is an advantage that I do have. Trying to bounce like this off of guys to help other black pills. Yeah, Ice Cactus. You need to find guys who are put together in such a way so where, they might be here in this community, but they've got a good head on their shoulders and they want to escape it. And they've got the will, the motivation, and the know-how to do so. There's guys like this in this community. I think these guys are usually transitory, as in they come to the community and they don't stick around. They eventually move on. You gotta catch these guys while they're here. And I happen to be one such transitory person, because I was in the MGTOW community, and I didn't stay in the community forever, obviously. I moved past it. I came to this community too. And like the MGTOW community, I absorbed the knowledge, I benefited from it, and then I made moves to move beyond it. Except with this community, it hits a little bit different, because the insult issue is near and dear to my heart. Because it's what I've dealt with. It's been my experience. It's been what I've gone through. So, I mean, it's a thing that's more near and dear to my heart than MGTOW ever would have been. So that's why I kind of stick around, and that's why I continue to talk to you guys. Elusive African says, respect for keeping your dignity. Employers will squeeze every ounce of you if you don't give them boundaries. Everyone should have at least 3 to 6 months of saving leverage, control over life. Exactly. Elusive African, you really get it. You really get it. I like you, Elusive African. You get it. But yeah, you gotta set yourself up. Like, look, the harsh reality is that if you ain't got it like that, you're gonna have to put up with some bullshit, for the time being. You're gonna have to bust your ass. You're gonna have to say yes sir, no sir, right away sir. You're gonna have to be like that for a long time. But it's a trade-off. You're doing that to put yourself into the position to where you don't have to do that. It's really worth it in the long run. Really worth it in the long run. And having 3 to 6 months worth of savings, I mean, I'll even do you one better. I've got like a whole year worth of savings right now. I'm going to be putting that shit into a fucking mutual fund to, get to add to my passive income off of that. So, like, I even do you one better when it comes to that. Learn from what I'm doing. 3 to 6 months worth of savings? No, go beyond that. A year worth of savings. Get a year worth of savings and then put it into a fucking mutual fund or something that'll pay you a dividend. And then congratulations, now you're getting paid to have a savings. Basically, it's a lot more than what a savings account's gonna give you. But just putting it in a mutual fund or an index fund or something like that. So, oh Lord. Vinny Vitty Vissy just commented, I was wondering when he was going to show up. Vinny Vitty Vissy says, you're proof that JBW is a myth. You should help though these other black adults sin. It's annoying hearing them constantly complain about something that doesn't exist. Veni Vidi Vici. I'm only going to say this one time during the stream, buddy, that basically, half of the black pill channels that I've seen are black cells. About half of them. And a guy who studied incels in depth too, he did demographics of the incel community. He found that, about half of the community are white. But if you look at the cross section for the West, most of the West is white. 60 to 70% of the West is white. So if 60 to 70% of the West is white, but only 50% of the black pill community is white, what does that tell you? The incel issue disproportionately affects ethnic minorities. Come on, man. It's simple fucking math. How many times do I need to tell you this? Anyways, Ice Cactus says, keep expenses extremely low and save tons of money. Yes, that is the way. That is the way. Any kind of unnecessary expenses that you have, or even things that you think are necessary but aren't actually necessary, you need to identify those and cut those right away. I'm real big on financial, financial help. Personal finance. I'm real big on personal finance, and like one of the things that they'll tell you right away when it comes to personal finance is that you need to cut your expenses. Raise your income and cut your expenses. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. Vinny Vinny Vici says, I don't have a problem with you. Just calm down, so agree to disagree. Well, I mean, I do have a problem with you though, Vinny Vinny Vici. I do have a problem with you. And the problem I have with you is that your beliefs don't line up with the truth. Part of the gold pill is the tenet of truth. Truth is something I care very strongly about. I defend the truth. I am a defender of the truth. I uphold the truth, I defend the truth, and I enforce the truth wherever I can. So this is why I have a problem with you, Vinny Vinny Vici, because your beliefs don't line up with the truth. I'm not saying JBB is a thing either. It's just that I'm sick and tired of getting gaslit until I can't be Inquel because I'm white. Nobody's saying that, Vinny Vinny Vici. Nobody's saying that. Because, again, 50% of the black community is white. And I don't doubt that these white guys are legitimately incel. I don't doubt that at all. As a matter of fact, that guy Pete, he just refused to invite the gatherings. That guy, I watch his channel a good bit. I think he kind of gets the gold pill a little bit. He kind of gets their same perspective that I get. So I watch his channel. But I will say a guy like that, Pete, he's legitimately an incel. He's legitimately an incel. There's plenty of white guys like that. I never said that white guys... Okay, I might have said it hyperbole speaking. I might have exaggerated a bit. Sure, I might have done that. But when I really talk truthfully and realistically about it, yes, definitely, there are plenty of white guys out here who are incel. I don't deny that. Especially when it comes to white girls. If you're unwilling to date ethnic women, if you want yourself a white girl, yeah, I can definitely see that being a scenario where white girls don't want to touch your ass if you're a white dude. I can definitely see that scenario, but nobody really says that at the heart of the issue, Vici. Nobody really says that. Straight Omega Pill says, I can't even go back to my home country because Mexico getting progressive. A lot of people in the black pill who GeoMax say go to Mexico, like, what's that guy's name? QB Passport Maxing. He's real big on going to Mexico, but personally, I don't like that part of the world. I don't like Latin America. I don't really see a future with Latin America. It's kind of the same deal that I see with Africa, is that Latin America has been a certain way for a long time, okay? And I predict that Latin America will continue to be that certain way for a long time into the future. I don't see Latin America on a trajectory to change. And like I said, I think about these things on terms of setting up my descendants to where they need to be in the world, to where they're going to prosper. Okay, I think about things on those terms. So this is a big reason why I don't like Latin America, because I don't see Latin America long term being, viable. I don't see that. Not that I don't like Hispanic women. I kind of like them, but I don't like them as much as Asian women do, obviously. But yeah, I ain't really looking at Latin America too much. And I don't really care how progressive they're getting. It's not my problem. I don't plan on going there anyway. Ice Cactus says, if I was a trucker, I'd just pay someone to use their address and live in the truck and travel. Honestly, man, you don't even have to dang on do that. A lot of trucking companies, you can just, have your address be their terminal. So then, okay, you got mail that you need to come in. You can have the mail sent your company terminal, and then, whoever works there, they'll get that mail and hand it to you whenever you show up at the terminal. So you can literally just live in a truck. It's how, this is why I say truck driving is one of those jobs to where if you're at rock bottom, it can really get you, where you need to be in a hurry. Probably a lot faster than most paths get you in. Truck driving is very good for that. Straight Omega Pill says, get off my line, you spurg about... Yeah, he definitely is a spurg. He's definitely a spurg. Get off my line. Vinny Vitty Vici says, I saw a video made by a legit 8 out of 10 white Chad who is an inkwell. His channel is called Hamza Cultist. Yeah, man, I never said that white guys can't be incel. And I even think that some relatively good-looking white guys could be incel. Can be incel. Now, what I also say though is that, that 8 out of 10 white guy, his solution probably won't be as drastic as mine was. I will say that. I'm not saying he can't be an incel. I'm just saying his solution may not have to go as in-depth as mine does, or as an ethnic solution has to. That's what I'm saying. Ice Cactus says, not all Mexico is progressive. You can find a place in here and there that, yeah, Mexico's a big country, and it's it's one of those countries that's kind of destabilized too, so it's not the case that one part of Mexico is going to be the same as the rest of it. But I don't care about Mexico, because I don't plan on going there, in any capacity anyways. That's not a part of the world that interests me that much. Anyways, guys, I think I'm going to be getting off soon. Nice chat. Again, I kind of want to be here talking to you guys, as often as I can, letting you guys know what's going on with me, trying to help you guys find that path in life, or to follow my path in life, I've said this numerous times, you guys need to build a legit community, whether that take the form of various secret societies, or that take the form of the Black Pill community itself just becoming a lot less negative and a lot more solution-oriented, okay? This community needs to evolve, and it needs to change, and it needs to adapt to the coming trends in the world, because you guys can't stay here. You can't stand the Black Pill, you can't stand nihilism, and you certainly can't stay in this community forever doing what you're doing, or else you're going to have a really bad time. And I don't want you guys to have that bad time. Unless you're just going to be one of these guys who, you don't want to change, you don't want to do anything. All power to you, buddy, but I can't do that, and I don't want to see people do it. Anyways, this has been Emperor Dion. Take the Black Pill, but reach for the Gold Pill. I will be signing off now. Peace. Later.